Hi everyone, it's Paul here from Island Life, and today's video will be about things that are different in a Portuguese home versus a Canadian home. So without any further delay, let's get this video on the way. So number one is the location of the light switches are not where you expect it to be in some cases. You know, if you're going to the washroom, when you use the washroom, the light switch is in the outside of the washroom. So if you go inside the washroom, you're doing your stuff there, and the door is closed, and you know somebody turns off the light, you'd be basically in total darkness. Not sure why that is. I don't think it's code. I could be mistaken. I don't think it's code. The reason I say that because I went to see very modern homes, like built just about a year ago or so. And these houses, they actually had the light switches on the inside the washroom. So not sure why they did it that way. I'm so used to the Canadian way, which is, you know, you go inside the washroom, you know, you turn the switch on inside the washroom, you close the door, basically you have control. So here, you go to the washroom, you're inside the washroom, it's someone, you know, as a joke or whatever, they can literally turn off the lights on you, and it could be at the worst possible time too. So I'm not sure why that is, but that's just how it is here in the houses in Portugal. So there was item number one. So the light switches might not be where you're used to it in Canada. Canada, everybody goes in. As soon as you enter their home, usually in the left-hand side, the light switch is right there within 8 to 12 inches away from the frame of the door. It's a certain height also, so everybody knows this. You can basically, on a dark, you find exactly the location of the light switches. Here, they're not like that. Here you find light switches, different heights, different locations. They're away from the door. You really need to get yourself familiarized with the location of the light switches. I know it's a small thing, very small thing, but you know, it's one of those things that you're so used to have things a certain standard, and you come here, they're just different. Item number two is the location where the washing machine is. So in Portugal, they don't have a dedicated room where to put a washer and dryer. Put it on the kitchen. It's part of the countertop. It's either beside the dishwasher usually. If you want to wash your clothes, you gotta go to the kitchen. And you know, just imagine kitchens here are small, and you're going to the kitchen, you're doing the dish or whatever, you also have the clothes to deal with in the kitchen. This is definitely not an ideal location for a washer. You know, coming from Canada, we have dedicated rooms to have a washer and dryer. Usually these rooms will have you know, the washer and dryer, or it's just one machine, and you'll have a counter, and you have a little sink on the side, and you also have some type of a closet on the side so you can hang your clothes. And typically is done from these it's called laundry rooms. They're offset from the garage. So as you park your car in a garage, you come through the laundry room and then into the hallway to the kitchen kind of thing. That's typically how it's done in Canada with most houses. So here is not like that. Here this is in the kitchen. Here when you're going to wash the clothes. So, you know, obviously you got to do the two things at different times. You can't be cooking and cleaning in the kitchen and then do the clothes at the same time. It just doesn't go together. Here you have to find a specific time to do your laundry. And unfortunately, the machine is located in the kitchen. Believe it or not, it is. So, you know, is there a deal breaker? Nah, you get used to it just like anything else. Perhaps if you were born in Portugal and we're so used to that, when you get to Canada, you see a dedicated room, you might find that strange also. So, but you know, just for Canadians who are so used to see, you know, a laundry room, when it comes to Portugal, be expected to find a washer on a kitchen. So item number three is in the washrooms here, also in the washroom. In the washrooms here, you'll have a toilet, and maybe 2 feet away you have the bidet. Not just in Portuguese homes, I've seen this in a lot of countries that I've been to, and it's quite normal. In Canada, we don't have that. In Canada, we have just a toilet, and Canadians, we use toilet paper per se. Here you have the toilet. You still have the toilet paper, but on next to it you have the bidet. And the idea of the bidet is you can wash out. You know, I find the bidet, to me, it's a little bit awkward. And I say why? Because, I mean, if you're sitting on the toilet and then you need to move from the toilet to go wash out the sand, it's just, just that transfer from one place to the other without the washing out. It's just, to me, it's just... the one that I got used to it. In the beginning, I didn't like it either. I found it was a bit strange. It was actually first time I went to Asia, I noticed that the washrooms, they're right beside the toilet. They had a water hose on the side of the toilet with a handle. And so you could basically wash out right on the toilet. And in the beginning, I'm thinking, well, it's so strange. I've never seen that before. Especially coming from Canada, where we used to the toilet and the toilet paper only. So when I got there, it's amazing how we just get used to the culture. And when I got used to that, to use the little hose, they call that bidet, believe it or not, that's what they call it. So they use the hose to kind of wash out yourself. I got used to it. And once you get used to wash yourself right there, so it's so convenient. It really is. Item number 4. So here we also have these sliding doors that go out usually to the balconies or to the outside per se. And these doors, the structure of the doors are very typical of the Canadian standard door. What is different here is, so for you to open the door, there's no door handles for you to swing the door back and forth. You have to actually, with your thumb, push it on a frame, either forward or backwards. And I find that it's just not convenient. So in Canada, you'll have a door handle. You can actually pull the door, swing the door back and forth. But here you'll not find that. I'll show you that on a video. Something you need to get used to. Is it a deal breaker? No, but it's just the convenience of it. Just having a door handle, it's really convenient. Not sure why they don't have door handles. I've seen a lot of homes with sliding doors. They just don't have door handles. And I don't know, it would make sense to put a door handle. How hard would it be to put a door handle there? So make it more convenient. It's all about convenience. So that's number 4 for you. So number 5. Number 5 is actually, if you live in an apartment like I do, and you have neighbors above you, below you, beside you. I experienced this in Lisbon as well when I was in Lisbon. It's the noise. The noise tends to get transmitted quite substantially between one unit to the next unit, because here you have slabs, the concrete slabs, and there's nothing else in between. So you have a concrete slab, and then they finish it underneath, and the concrete itself is actually the finish. So if you're above, the suite above in particularly, and they move a chair, you hear that almost as well as next to you here. So you can hear that quite a bit. And the neighbors on the side, I do not hear it. I cannot hear the one below me, but I definitely can hear the one above me. And it's just typical of the houses here. Be aware that if you move into a unit, which if you are in the middle, you're going to experience some noise coming from the neighbors. It's not there being noisy, nothing like that. It's just a simple thing as moving a chair. The noise will get transmitted through the slab to the unit below. And again, because there's no insulation, there's no, what we call it, false ceiling. In Canada, a house would have the slab, and you have a ceiling. You have a space in between the slab and the ceiling, and usually you have the lights and the wires and the drains from the suite above is all within that false ceiling. But what that does also, it creates a sound absorbing an area that doesn't allow the sound to be transmitted to the unit below. So here, No, house not like that. So when do you have a neighbor above you that is just doing its thing? Because like I'm sure the neighbors below me can hear me as well. So no matter how nice you're trying to be without making too much noise, that noise will be transmitted through the slabs to the next unit, and not so much on the sides. Like I said before, on the sides is fine. You cannot hear it, but when it's above and below, you could definitely hear the noise gets transmitted quite a bit. So just something to consider. Also, if you want to get a unit, you might consider getting the top unit. That way, if you're at the top, there's nobody else above you. And number five here is the quality of the material. I find there that quality of the material, it's really high standard, and compared to some of the houses in Canada. I'm talking about the typical home. Obviously, if you go to high-end homes, they'll have also good quality material. But here it's normal to have a very good, like for instance, the entrance door here looks like a door for a fort. When I first look at the entrance doors here, it looks as if if you want to try to break it in, you can't, because the door is just so built. Literally, it has like 3 inches thick. This door has several points where you can lock, and when you look at these materials, some of these materials they use here, it's really high-end materials. The appliances here, they tend to be really high-quality appliances, and I'm talking about just a standard home. I'm not talking about high-end homes, because high-end homes, they don't lack anything. So basically, you have it all. Talking about a typical standard home or apartment, so the materials tend to be really high-end, which is pleasantly surprised. So the last but not least is it's the services. The electricity provider, they send an electrician to come in and certify not only your electrical panel, but they come in and they put a tester in all your outlets, and they give you a certificate to ensure that everything is working as it should. And I thought, oh, that's really nice. It makes you feel, at ease. So you're moving in, you bought a property, and not only they do that with electrical, but they still do that with the gas, which is extremely important. So, because the last thing you want is CO2 to escape, right? And the gas company also sends someone in to inspect and test. You actually do several tests. And one of the tests is actually check for the CO2, if there's any leakage on a hot water tank, which is what I have. Even though it's an instant hot water tank, but it's heat up with the gas. So they come in, they check it, and only after they check it, they send you a certificate. They send you a certificate, and in that way you can transfer to your name. Otherwise, with that certificate, you cannot transfer the utilities to come to your name. They have to ensure that these things are working to a certain standard. And I thought, that's really nice. So kudos for Portugal for having that rule. I find that is very, very good in a way, and makes you at ease. So even though your property you're buying might not be brand new, might have a few years, but when you're moving in, you have a certification that everything is working as it should. So there you have it. There's some differences in the houses here than there is in Canada, but anything else, you can get used to it. It's just a matter of time. Some things is just the way it's done here, but you know what? You can live with it. Before you come to Portugal, consider everything, and I'm sharing my experience here, sharing there with you. So when you guys come here, you don't get surprised, kind of thing. I hope you find this information useful, and if you do, press the subscribe button and hit that bell. Thank you so much for watching, and have yourself a great day or night wherever you're at.